initially we had understood the forward contract in which say we had understood this transaction. I just want to revise this say before we proceed for the next question. Information was given to us regarding two traders, Mr. A and Mr. B. Both of them had say a kind of like the expectation about the price of the security. Ultimately, the transaction was entered upon in which say Mr. B agreed to buy the security at the rate of 1000 rupees. So I am giving the same explanation to once again to you. So now be careful to understand it. Let us say that say 1st of January is the date on which say Mr. A and Mr. B, both of them are having a discussion say regarding the price of the security of Reliance. Mr. B has the reason that say why the price of the security will be rupees, let us say 1100, and Mr. A is having like his own reason that why the price of the security will be rupees 900. Both of them are say offering their own argument say with respect to the change of the price of the security like this. After some time, listen me carefully, after some time Mr. A offers to Mr. B that let us enter into a contract in which you purchase security from me at the rate of rupees 1000 on 31st of January. That is the way say Mr. A is again giving offer to Mr. B that say you purchase security from me at the rate of 1000. So what will happen? Basically Mr. A is expecting that the price will be rupees 900. So he will purchase from the market at the rate of 900 and he will sell the security at the rate of rupees 1000. So basically he is interested in this transaction, and Mr. A believes that Mr. B will also be interested in the transaction, because what will happen, he is expecting the price of the security to be rupees 1100. So buy security at the rate of 1000 and selling it at the rate of 1100 will give a gain to him of rupees 100. That is the reason so Mr. A is giving this kind of offer to Mr. B, and Mr. A is fairly expecting that Mr. B would be ready for entering into this transaction. However, this time Mr. B does not agree. Mr. B says that no, I do not want to enter into the transaction. Mr. A inquires that say why you do not want to enter into the transaction. B says that say I am very sure that the price of the security will increase. However, I am worried that say it may happen that the price of the security may fall down, and in that case I will be incurring a huge loss. So I do not want to enter into the transaction. I do not want to take that much risk. So after some time, Mr. A again giving an offer to Mr. B that let us enter into a contract in which you may purchase security from me at the rate of rupees 1000 on 31st of January. For this right, you have to pay rupees 60 to me upfront. This is what say Mr. A is giving a counter offer to Mr. B. I am reading that say this counter offer. Counter offer is like this. Mr. A offers to Mr. B that let us enter into a contract in which you may purchase security from me at the rate of rupees 1000 on 31st of January. For this right, you have to pay rupees 60 to me upfront. Let us say that the Mr. B agrees to this. Now my question to all of you is this, that say suppose on 31st of January, spot price of the security is let us say rupees 800, and let us say it is an amount of rupees 1200. What will be profit or loss to Mr. B? And I am keeping one more price 1050. In these three situations, what will be profit or loss to Mr. B? That is my question. Put your answer in the chat box. So let us have understanding that say how to calculate the answer over here. I wanted to know from you that say what is the profit or loss to Mr. B in this case. Okay. So from Mr. B point of view, we can make a kind of working in this way. Understand it carefully. Mr. B had made payment of rupees 60 in order to purchase the right. What kind of right? We understand that say he purchases the right to purchase the security at the rate of 1000. He purchases the right for purchasing the security at the rate of rupees 1000. So something like this we can have exercise question mark, sale price, purchase price, something like called payoff, something like called premium, and then profit loss. I am preparing a working like this. You can do it in some other way also. The very first thing that we understand is Mr. B has made payment of premium of rupees 60 when the transaction was initiated. We understand that say this, of course 60 rupees is non-refundable, and this 60 rupees is a kind of charge that you are required to pay to purchase the right. Nothing comes free, and even this right to purchase the security. When the price of the security is 800, listen carefully. We understand that say purchasing the security at 1000 and selling at 800 will have a loss in a way that's the negative payoff of 200. Why to have the negative payoff? I have a right, I am not under an obligation. So basically in the first case, I will not exercise my right. Over here we understand that say from Mr. B point of view, we can say if at all the spot price of the security is less than 1000 rupees, then why to exercise the right? I have a right to buy, I am not obligated to buy. So technically we can say that say I will allow my right to lapse. My right to buy at rupees 1000, I will allow it to lapse. So of course I will not have any payoff, and 60 rupees is the amount of the loss that I will have. In the second case, the price is greater than 1200, greater than 1000. So I will exercise my right. So I will purchase the security at 1000 by exercising the right, which has a market value of rupees 1200. So assuming that say I sell the security in the market, I will be able to receive the payoff of 200, but initially I had paid 60 rupees in form of premium, so net profit is 140. In case of 1050, again I will exercise my right, because purchasing of a security at 1000 and selling it at 1050, I will be able to get payoff of 50. Of course I will be having a loss of 10 rupees. However, if at all I do not exercise my right, I will be having loss of 60 rupees. So better to have loss of 10 instead of having loss of 60 rupees. So even in this case, say I will exercise my right. This is what we understand. Importantly friends, we understand that say this amount of the premium has been paid on 1st of January when the transaction was initiated. So of course we are supposed to calculate, we should calculate say the interest on this premium, but for the time being we are ignoring it. And we are making the profit or loss say in different situations. So let us now introduce certain technical words over here. The technical words over here is that say this transaction which we are discussing is basically given a name as option transaction. Again, in option transaction there are two parties. One is given a name as say the option buyer, and another is given a name as option seller. Option buyer has purchased the right. What kind of right? It depends upon the type of option. You may purchase the right to purchase the security, and if at all you purchase the right to purchase the security, then in that case it is given a name as call option, and if at all you purchase the right to sell the security or sell the underlying asset, it is given a technical name as put option. Call option means you purchase the right to purchase the underlying asset, and put option means you purchase the right to sell underlying asset. The price at which you purchase the right to purchase security or to sell security is given a technical name as exercise price, or it is given a name as strike price. It is 1000 rupees in our example. The security which is like under consideration, Reliance security, is what we understand is say the underlying asset. This 60 rupees is given a technical name as option premium. As far as the premium is concerned, it is required to be paid by option buyer to option seller at the time of entering into the transaction, that is on 1st of January. I hope you recall that say in case of the F contract, there was no initial cash flow. Now this time there is initial cash flow, in a way that so the option buyer is required to pay the premium which option seller is going to receive. It is say going to be say affected on the day on which the transaction is entered upon, that is on 1st of January. This is the way so the option transaction is entered upon. Over here we understand logically that Mr. B has entered into the transaction for call option. Why? Because he is purchasing right to purchase the underlying asset, and say call option holder is going to exercise his right if at all the spot price is exceeding the exercise price. What is the exercise price? 1000. So when the spot price is exceeding the exercise price, then in that case call option holder is going to exercise his right, not otherwise. This is the way we are required to make calculation of answer. So write down heading option transaction. In that write down first point, option trading means trading of right, full stop. In an option transaction, comma, there are two parties, comma, one is option buyer and another is option seller, full stop. Third point, option transaction is entered upon to buy an underlying asset or to sell an underlying asset. Full stop. This transaction is entered upon at a price called exercise price or strike price. Full stop. Fourth, option buyer will pay an upfront premium, to option seller at the time of purchasing option. Full stop. Fifth point, option buyer will exercise his right only if it is option buyer will exercise his right only if it is beneficial for him to do so. Full stop. So maximum loss that option buyer will have will be equal to option premium. Full stop. Sixth point, option seller will have maximum gain equal to option premium. Full stop. Friends, I am dictating one more point to you that I have not explained to you, but in coming point I will explain that. Okay. With respect to exercisation, comma, there are two types of option. A, American option, and B, European option. Full stop. Now write down new heading, call option. In that write down first point, an option in which option buyer slash option holder has right to purchase underlying asset is called call option. Second point, in case of call option, call option holder will exercise his right if spot price exceeds exercise price slash strike price. Full stop. With paragraph write down, if option is worth exercising, comma, it is called in the money, comma, if it is not worth exercising, it is called out of money, full stop. If spot price and exercise price are same, it is called at the money. So just this is for your understanding purpose. In the money means say the option is worth exercising, out of money means say the option is not worth exercising, and at the money means say both of them are same. Let us see our next question. Mr. Rahul is purchasing a call option for the share of Reliance for the month of July at an exercise price or strike price of rupees 1000 from Mr. Harish. If the spot price of the security in the month of July is, like the different prices have been provided to us. Option premium is 70 rupees. For Mr. Rahul, you are required to calculate. These are 4 questions. Amount of payoff, amount of the profit loss, break-even point means the spot price of the equity share at which Mr. Rahul will have no profit, no loss, and we are required to show the diagram. So from Mr. Rahul point of view, we are required to make the calculation of answer. So write down answer of the question. Calculation of payoff, comma, profit loss and break-even spot price of equity share being call option purchaser. So over here, column number 1 is spot price of equity share, Column number 2 is exercise question mark. Third column is selling price. Fourth column is purchase price. Next is payoff. Next is premium. And the last column will be profit or loss. This is the way we are required to prepare the table. Spot prices are 0, 900, 950 and so on. So 0, 900, 950, 1000, 1050, 1100, and then it is 10,000. I request you to complete this table and then I will do working for you. Put your answer in the chat box for the profit or loss for the each spot price. Now students, I suggest that you should be doing answer in this sequence. First of all, you write the premium, then you write that say whether to exercise or not. Third column will be payoff and fourth column will be profit loss. See, the question is providing the information over here that Mr. Rahul is purchasing call option. So when you buy something, you have to pay the premium. So 70 rupees is the amount of the premium which is required to be paid upfront. That is the date on which the transaction is entered upon. That is 70 rupees. Okay. 1000 rupees is exercise price. We understand that say the second step is that whether Mr. Rahul will exercise the right or not. We understand that say when the spot price is equal to the exercise price, he is indifferent whether to exercise the right or not. When the price is less, he will not exercise his right. When the price is more, then in that case he will exercise his right. It is very clear, if at all he does not exercise his right, then in that case the amount of the payoff will be 0. So over here, no amount will be received in form of payoff in all these situations. Okay, if at all the spot price is exceeding the exercise price, then in that case, call option holder will buy the security at 1000 to be sold at 1050. Buy security at 1000 to be sold at 1100. Purchase a security at 1000 to be sold at 10,000 rupees. So we understand that say in the first case, say there is a loss of 70, loss of 70, loss of 70, loss of 70. Then we understand that say there is say a loss of 20 rupees once again. There is a profit of rupees 30. Over here it is 9,000. So there is a profit of 8,930. This is the way the profit or loss will be calculated, say for the different spot price of equity share. Now let us understand how to make the calculation of the break-even point. We can see over here is that say there is a loss, 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 again loss, and it is getting converted to profit. So basically, say between these two prices, there is a break-even point. So what you can do, you can take the price of 1050 as a base, and this 20 rupees is added to 1050, and that comes to 1070. The way you make the computation of the internal rate of return exactly the same way, 1050 plus 20. Again you will exercise your right. So you will purchase a security at 1000, which has a value of 1070. 70 rupees is the payoff. So there is a situation of no profit, no loss. This is the way we are required to compute the profit or loss, say for the different spot price of the equity share, along with that the break-even point. Now let us see that say how to draw the diagram. In this question we will draw two diagrams. One will be say for payoff. That is on x-axis we will take spot price of equity share. that is the day on which the option is expiring, that is over here July, and on y-axis we will be having say the profit or loss. Okay, this is the way we are required to say, I'm sorry, first of all the payoff diagram. So first of all we'll have the payoff over here, and afterwards the second diagram will be same, wherein on x-axis we will have the spot price of the security, and on y-axis we will be having say the payoff. Please try to draw both the diagrams on your own. Now as far as the payoff diagram is concerned, in that we understand like this. As we have understood even earlier, always start with the diagram with the zero value. When the spot price is 0, the payoff is 0. So the first plotting is made over here itself. 900, same 0. 950, same 0. 1000, same 0. So till the spot price of the equity share is reaching to the exercise price, the option is not exercised, that is not exercised, so the amount of the payoff is 0. When the spot price is exceeding the exercise price, then in that case the option is worth exercising and you will be able to get the positive payoff. So what happens at say over here 1000 rupees, and over here we will be having this as unlimited amount. We do not have to plot as such 10,000 rupees because it will be difficult, but we can see that say over here when the price increases substantially, you will be able to make such a huge payoff. So this is the way we will be having such a payoff diagram. So now the next is the profit loss diagram. In that say again we have to start with the 0. When the spot price is 0, there is a loss of 70 rupees. So starting point is over here. Always I suggest you to start with the 0 value. So over here it is 70 rupees loss. When the price increases to 900, again there is a loss of 70 rupees. Price is 950, again there is a loss of 70 rupees. 1000, again there is a loss of 70 rupees. So till the time the spot price of the equity share is reaching to 1000, there is a constant amount of the loss of 70 rupees. Okay, so we will be having say till 1000 rupees of the spot price of the equity share, the loss of 1000 rupees, I'm sorry, loss of 70 rupees. Okay, beyond 1000 what happens at 1050 loss reduces, 1070 you reach to the break even point, and afterwards say you have unlimited profit potential. So we can have a diagram like this. So over here this is 1070, that is the spot price of the equity share at which say there is a break even point. This is exercise price beyond which the option is going to be exercised. That is what we understand. And again of course we understand that say there is a possibility of unlimited profit. Because if at all the price increases, then in that case you will be having the profit. This is what we understand.